Drag to target is another way to share answers with students or allow them to check their work. In this case, the teacher has put up a paragraph and given some vocabulary words on the bottom. What the students can do is they can drag these words anywhere on the page to where they think they go in the answer. And then what they do at the end is they simply, the direction says right here, they drag this to the target and it reveals the answers. So then you can see if you got them correct or not. To set up an activity like this, it's really fairly simple. It's all about grouping objects together. So here's a math example. I simply took a text box and typed in the framework for my activity. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little image of some kind. I'll use the target. And I'm going to add a sort of a little box where I would like the target to go so that I can make sure that the answers are correct. Now, this part is actually pretty important. I'm going to put in the answers that I would like to see here. Now, I don't want them to be part of this text box. So what you may want to do is you may want to actually lock this one so that you don't get in the way of the other one. So I'm going to put in my answers simply by clicking on a text box. Now, depending on how you have this set up, you may be able to do all of them in one text box, but you may have to work a little bit harder to get it into the exact position that you want. So I'm going to get my answers in place. And you may decide, like in this case, I may want to put them over to the side a little bit so that if a student writes an answer here, I can see what the other answer is over here and not cover up their work. So once I get all my answers in position, I'm going to actually group them together. And then I'm going to put my target where it needs to be later. So I'm going to group my answers and my target by clicking on, I'm going to click the first object and I'm going to hold Control. I'm going to click the first object and hold down Shift and click the second object. From the drop-down menu, I choose Group. So now my answers are ready to go. So what I need to do is I need to just move this target way over here. Now I go ahead and teach my lesson. So my students are up at the board and they're typing in the answers. And I can see when we're finished, I can either have a student drag this over or the teacher can drag this over. And then we can see how we did. We can see our answers right there.